What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another season with Fishing with Sepper. I'm really excited to be having a new video out for you all. It's been like 6 months since I've been able to upload a fresh new video for you all, and I'm really excited to try out some new spots this season and get some great new content out to you all. And we're gonna do a lot of new things. I'm gonna up the production value on the channel, and I'm really looking forward to this season with you all. So I'm at this cool new spot. I've been scouting out a bunch of new places to fish, and I don't know if you guys can see this hole down here with me, but as you guys know, I love finding these roadside fishing holes out in the middle of nowhere, and I love catching brook trout out them. And this spot looks fantastic. I think we're gonna catch some nice brookies here today. So let's get you guys set up on the hat, and let's get casted in this spot and see what kind of luck we can get here today. All right, so we made it down to the spot. So I got the micro set up with us, and I have some new adjustments that I've made. If you guys have been here for a while, you know I love my micro setups. We got the same reel, but I got this nice ugly stick GX2, just a 5-foot rod, super flimsy. It's great for casting small baits out, just like this Panther Martin that we're gonna use here today. It's a nice gold spinner. Black and yellow, my favorite color. This spot looks really good. So I'm trying to decide what I want to do. I think I might start from up here, cast down. I'm trying to be quiet. I don't want to spook any trout. We're gonna just start right over here. I'm gonna cast down and bring it up in this fast water. First cast of the day. Oh, I think we got bit. I'm almost certain of it that we just got bit. I'm gonna try to get it right across over here. Perfect, right where I want to be. I'm actually going to try to find a way to get over down below here. I want to cast up and bring it down more naturally. I think we'll get more luck that way. Just trying to be super careful navigating through here. These rocks are really slippery because we had some rain today. So the water's not really too clear, but it's clear enough to where I don't think we'll have a problem catching something. If we don't get any luck here, I'll make my way through. I might even make my way upstream across the other side of the road. All right, let's see, I'm gonna work my way up here. I think I'll just stand right here for now. Oh, little one. Just had a little one bite, maybe like 2 inches. It was really small. There we go, fish on, boys. First fish of the season, let's go. He might get off. I want him to tire out a little bit. Let me go ahead and get down in the water so I can release him safely. I don't really want to keep a fish unless it's really good size. Set the rod up over here. Make sure the hand's nice and wet for him. Not too bad of a brookie, boys. First fish of the season. He's a squirmy one. Got him just right in the corner of the mouth. Look at that. He's super slippery. Beautiful native brook trout. Let's go ahead and get him right back in the water. And off he goes. Nice. Woo-hoo-hoo. First fish of the season. Always gotta let them go. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful brook trout. This spot looks fantastic. This is a lot different looking than spots we're used to going to. And that was a nice brookie to start out the season. Very nice. We got the skunk out of the boat. I went fishing yesterday for opening, or not yesterday, but Saturday for opening season. And I didn't catch a single thing. So feels good to get the skunk out of the boat, as some would say, but we're not in a boat, so I'm curious if we're gonna catch anything else. But that was a real nice brookie. Look at how nice this stream is. Nice and secluded out here. I'm gonna keep using the spinner for a little bit, and then I might switch to a tube and let it sit. Because if I had to guess, since it's still early spring, I bet you they're sitting nice and low underneath that whitewater. But we have got some early luck with the spinner, so I'm gonna keep using it for now. Kind of hoping the sun comes back out a little bit. We're kind of in a weird spot for the sun to shine, so I don't know. We had another nibble. So what I'm gonna try with this cast, actually, I'm gonna cast up in the whitewater. I'm gonna let it sit for a good while, let it get all the way to the bottom before retrieving, because I really do think they're sitting low, but it's not too deep here. Oh, we're getting a bunch of little bites. I see a bunch of little minnows coming for it, which is kind of weird. It must be they didn't get too big from the fall spawn, maybe. I don't know. Oh, another little bite. Tons of little bites. I wouldn't think that that'd be the only big trout up in here, but maybe, I don't know. Another little bite. Bunch of little ones biting at us. It's a good sign. I'm gonna do probably like 3-4 more casts, and I'll go over here I want to see down further, and I want to tie on a micro tube and see if that's going to do us any good. Fish on, another fish on, let's go. This one's smaller than the first one. Yeah, this one's really skinny too. The other one was really skinny as well, but this one's even skinnier. Let's go ahead and wet our hand and get this one free as well. This one's just a little guy. Got him just in the lower jaw again. Look at that, just a really small brookie this time. Doesn't have very prominent marks either, but we'll get him right back in there. There he goes. Fish number 2. Just another small one, skinny. Getting a lot of skinny ones here today. I'll just continue to do a couple more casts, see if we can get any more luck before we switch to a different bait. Oh, we're really in a good spot with that cast. Ooh, we just had a pretty good bite. Had a real good bite right there. Ooh, that was a good one. That was a good one. Okay. All right, so I think that they are definitely sitting under the whitewater. Every time I've seen them come, they've come from under the whitewater to come bite us. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do what I said. I'm gonna go over to this little area if I can get there without breaking my net. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna switch baits. And we're gonna take a quick look and see what's down here. See if we have any other holes. It looks like it's pretty deep through some of these, but maybe through some of this corner. I see a lot of trees down, and I see what is that? I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a bottle standing up on a tree trunk. I'm gonna try to zoom in so you all can see, but it looks like someone put that there on purpose. I don't know if it's a geocache or what, but I'll just let it be. None of my business. But let's go ahead and let's tie something else on. All right, this is what I decided to go with here. This is gonna be the second thing we're gonna try out. Obviously the spinner was the first. So if you guys are curious about the color, it's got a very light orangish tint to it. It's very subtle. I didn't want to go with something that was too heavy on the color. I just didn't think we would really need it. The water isn't that murky. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rig this up by putting the jig head all the way up into the tube and just letting the hook sink out the bottom. And then we'll tie it on and we'll go give it a try over there. All right, there we go. We got that all rigged up. So I'm gonna tie this on and then I'm gonna put a little bit of scent on it, and we'll see how it goes. All right, so this right here is what we're gonna be putting on here for a scent. Usually I would use some trophy bass scent, but I'm just gonna go with this light stuff here today. It's more of like a waxy texture. It's been a while since I've used this, so let's see how it does here today. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to get back over to where we started at. Very muddy right here, so I gotta be careful not to sink in or slip on any of these rocks. Try to make our way without spooking any trout out of the big hole. So the good thing about using a tube like this too is we can cast it into smaller holes and see if we catch anything that way as well. But I want to use this over here in the big hole first. Ah, shoot. Well, we snagged our tube. Maybe if I'll give it a little slack, see if it'll work its way out. Oh, this might be tricky to get this snag undone. I'll have to work it around the trees here. Ah, yeah, we broke off. Dang it. So instead of rigging up another tube, I'm just gonna use one that I already have. It's just a Berkeley atomic tube, because I don't feel like rigging up another one after that. But with the next tube we tie on, I'm gonna cast it from up here and let it go down and then bring it back up. So let's go ahead and tie another one on here. You know what I'm actually gonna do? We are gonna go ahead and we're gonna rig up a trout magnet real quick. We'll just keep it simple with like a white grub. I mean, we could do pink, yellow. That's the tricky part. But white might be the best. I don't know. You know, we're gonna do a pink. We'll do a little bit of pink action here. It's been a while since I've used a trout magnet, so I'm interested to see how it's gonna do. There we go. Let's tie this on real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna throw any scent on this one. We're just gonna cast it out as is. And I'm really curious how this is gonna do here. I haven't used a trout magnet in so long. So I'm really curious to see how this is gonna do. And we're just gonna cast it from right up here. Fish on, boys. That's a fish on. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's not too bad of a trout. That actually worked out pretty good. I'm surprised that worked that well. The only problem with casting over there is that I have to walk pretty far to get down to somewhere I can let them go at. Let's come right here, down to where we started at. There we go. I can release them right here. Let's go ahead and wet the hand. Oh, he's tangling us up here. They are very lively right now. but he gobbled that right up. Hook comes out easy, and that's about the same size as the first one we caught. So let's get him right back in the water. And there he goes. They're very sluggish when I put them back in the water, is what I'm noticing. But when I get them out of the water, they are very lively. So let's go ahead and get this back on out there. It was right in the white water is where he was. So let's get right back out there. Oh, that was a nice fish, but now we're tangled up. I probably yanked it out of his mouth. I got a little too excited. Where in the world did this thing go? What in the world? Oh, I see it. There it is. What in the world did I do here? There we go. Take up some line here. So that trout that nibbled at us nibbled it right over here close to us. He probably came right out of the whitewater for it. I think they're really loving this trout magnet. Little one. Another little one. Those ones are so small they can't even put it in their mouth, but they're still going for it. Oh, another that one would have been a good size. Oh, they're biting me right here, but since the sun's not out, I can't quite see it with my polarized glasses. I mean, we're starting to lose a little bit of daylight here. Ooh, I'm getting some little nibbles right there. Nothing too crazy. I'm gonna go back to where I caught that pretty decent one at, and I'm just gonna mimic the same thing I did the first time and hope for the best there. There we go, fish on, boys. Ooh, oh no. No, he came off. That was the best trout of the day by far. Oh, that was such a nice brookie. Man, this is the secret though. We cracked the code. This is where we gotta be. I'm just casting right over to the other side, bringing it into the water once it sinks a little, letting it carry down, and then I'm bringing it slowly up over here. I think we're getting bit. No, never mind. I hope we can get another trout that size, maybe even bigger. I mean, if we catch a trout like this size, then I'm gonna go ahead, we'll do a catch and clean, but I can't do a catch and cook right now because I couldn't fit the stove in my backpack. So I'm gonna be getting a new stove here pretty soon. I just saw one come out and grab it. It wasn't one that was very big, it was pretty small, but a bite's a bite. All right, I'm gonna do maybe 3 more casts here with this. And then what I might do is I might try to go down a little bit and explore and see if there's any other better holes than this where we might be able to catch bigger trout at. I think that'd be a pretty cool idea to go check it out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead, set ourselves up here so we don't get tangled on anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and move on down and see what we can find. We gotta be cautious though and look around for no trespassing signs. I don't wanna trespass on anyone's property here. So what I'll do is I'm just gonna make my way down until I see no trespassing and just take a look and see what we got here. Now this isn't far from right over there, but it's still semi-deep and I wanna take a cast and just see if there's anything hanging out in this little hole here. It's not too deep there. We'll go ahead and keep moving down and see what we can find. It's really nice through here though, nice and mossy. So I see a down tree here where the water slows down a little bit and there's a pretty deep hole here. So let's give this a shot, see if maybe anything will come out for it. What I'm really curious about is there's like a little tree. I wanna try to get it over there, but it's a little tricky if I can get it into that little hole. Yeah, I don't think anything's gonna be in there. We'll just keep moving on down. Oh, see, yeah, there's that bottle. I'm gonna leave it though, I'm not too interested in that. Looks like the water slows down a little bit right here. That might be pretty good. It looks like there's a couple holes down here too. And it looks like I see, I don't know if it's like concrete pillar down there or what, but I'm curious. So we'll go and move down there after here. We'll do a couple little casts here. Just a little one. Saw a little one come out for it. I just watched a little one just come right out for it. That's funny. That hole's not too big though, so I didn't really expect anything big to be in there. I would have seen it if so. So we'll just keep on moving. Well, isn't this interesting? I don't know what's going on here, but it looks like someone was making something out here. We got a bunch of like stone formations. It could be from way back in the day. It's very cool. This is looking pretty good and promising through here. Especially right here, it looks a little deep. We'll definitely try it out around this little bend here. And right down there, there's a nice hole as well. But this looks very nice right here. Very fishy. I felt some little bites right there. That's tricky. We just snapped off again. You know, I'm not even gonna tie anything on right now. I'm just gonna keep moving and see if I can find a spot that's really gonna have me interested. This is just gonna turn into an exploration here. But this, man, I don't know. This looks really good right here. I might have to retie. Oh yeah, that looks really good right in here. Oh, and then this is a road that goes through right here. It's like a little bridge. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and tie back on. We'll do a little bit more fishing before we call it a day. As you can tell, we're running out of sunlight and I don't wanna go too far down the road. We're still in early spring here, so we don't have a whole lot of sunlight yet. All right, there we go. Let's tie something good on. I'm gonna do another trout magnet and I'm gonna go with pink again, but I'm gonna switch it up and I'm gonna do a very bright pink this time. I feel like maybe they'll see that better. It's starting to get a little shaded in here and dark, so I want to be able to see it and have them see it as well, but have it still look nice and natural. All right, there we go. We got that all tied on. I'm gonna go ahead and come over to somewhere where I can maybe cast this a little bit easier. I might just be able to drop it right down in there. It's nice and pretty deep through there. Couldn't quite see how big the one that was biting right there was, but we'll get right back on out there. There we go. Oh, he was an all right size. He ain't gonna bite again. I don't know if there's any more in here, but he was a pretty good sized trout. Oh man, I wish we could have caught that one. He was decent. We'll do one more cast here and then we'll continue to move down. I want to cover some more ground before we fully lose light. We just got a little snagged up there. I'm gonna go ahead and move on down and we'll see what else we can see. This looks like it could be pretty decent. Yeah, this looks like it could be pretty nice. I'm just gonna cast it down and slow reel it up. I just had a bite. I'm not sure how big it was, but we'll get right on back out there. Oh, okay. All right, that's a pretty decent sized fish. I see some really nice holes down below. We're gonna keep going here in a second. See if we can get this one to full on bite. There we go. That's a good fish. Nice. Let's get him up on the land here. Oh, that's a pretty good sized trout. Nice. Let's wet our hand. Let's get a closer look at him. Nice. Whoo. Look at that brook trout, boys. Best one of the day. He has like a weird lump on him. What in the world? Let me see if I can get this closer to the camera so you guys can see the lump. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but he's got a lump right here. I was thinking about keeping him because he's a good size, but I don't know what that lump is and I don't really want to find out. So we'll let him go, but what a beautiful trout. Gorgeous. Nice size too. Let's get him right back in the water. That was the best one of the day. Nice. That's what I'm talking about, boys. That's why we do it. Woo! You wouldn't think that that size trout would be in this hole, but he was up in here. And I'm not sure if that's the same one that kept biting or not, but he was a really nice trout. Let's see if there's any more up in this little hole. I'm curious. Where did my bait just go? There we go. Saved that one from snapping off. It's caught on a little bit of rubbish there. All right, I think I'm gonna cross here. We'll take a quick little trip down there and take a look at what there is. I think our best chance would be to come over here. It looks the most shallow. Yeah, we'll cross right here. We'll make it quick because we've been going for quite a while here. And like I said, it's starting to get a little dark, so I don't want to be out too much longer. I gotta take my sunglasses off. That's gonna be tricky to navigate. We'll break these dead branches off. Reel that right up in there. Nice. Come right on down here. All right, down here is where I wanted to check. Looks like we have some posted signs down there. So I'll just check underneath the bridge real quick and we'll head back on up. I don't want to, we'll do a quick little cast right here. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything under here. This looked a lot bigger when I was looking down from the other angle, but I don't think it's worth it. I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna head back over to the truck real quick.